first grade friends. Welcome to a math edition of Fantastic First Grade Frogs. Today we're thinking about pennies. Pennies are kind of money that probably you should save up because they're only worth 1 cent. So we're going to read a little book called Pennies, and the author's name is Mary Hill. This book has a lovely table of contents, and this tells us where to find information about pennies. So if you want to know new words about pennies, you should go to page 22. If you want to know about saving pennies, you should go to page 18. But we're going to read the whole book. These are pennies. Pennies are made of copper and zinc. Do you notice the bold print here? The bold print is that darker print. So these are words that are very important. The author wants us to make sure we know those words. Copper and zinc are important because they're kinds of metal, and that's the kind of metal that pennies are made out of. Abraham Lincoln is on the front of the penny. Remember, Abraham Lincoln was a president a long time ago. He was the 16th president of the United States, and there he is on the front of the penny. The Lincoln Memorial building is on the back of the penny. The Lincoln Memorial is also in bold print, and that's because it's an important building in Washington, D.C. And so on the back of the penny, there it is, the Lincoln Memorial. The Lincoln Memorial is a statue in Washington, D.C. It was built to honor Abraham Lincoln. And here's the statue. If you go to Washington, D.C., you really can see this. You can't really see the statue of Abraham Lincoln on the penny, as you can see, but you can see the building. Pennies are made by the United States Mint. And when they say mint, they don't mean the thing that's yummy to eat. They mean a place where they make money. The United States Mint is part of the government. Can you see all the pennies down here? That's pretty amazing, isn't it? The United States Mint makes a lot of pennies every year. Wow, even more pennies. A penny is worth 1 cent. It takes 100 pennies to make $1. That's a lot of pennies. That's why I said it's important to save up your pennies, because it takes a lot of pennies to even make $1. Many people save their pennies. Some people put their pennies in a bank. And you can see this girl right here is putting her pennies in a piggy bank to save them up. If you save your pennies, you can buy many things. And here she is. She's taking her pennies to the store to buy a ball. And back here, we find the new words. Remember, friends, that's called the glossary. That's where they tell us where words mean, what words mean. And then they also have a place to find out more about pennies so that we can read more about them if we want. In the back is the index, and this tells us if we want to know about Abraham Lincoln, we can look on pages 6 or 10. If we want to know about $1, we can look on page 16. So this book is full of information. Now we're going to come over here and take a look at some pennies.
2,000 years later.
So over here by our work table, we have a lot of pennies. And let's count pennies into our 10 frame. I'm going to fill the top of the 10 frame like this. There. Top of the 10 frame is full, so how many do I have? Yep, you're right. I have 5. Now I've filled the whole 10 frame, so I have how many pennies? Yes, I have 10 pennies. 10 pennies are important because 10 pennies make 1 dime. 1 dime is worth 10 cents. So when I have 10 pennies here, it's the same as having 1 dime. Now a dime takes up a lot less space in your pocket, so sometimes it's easier to have 1 dime in your pocket rather than 10 pennies. Now we can tell the difference between pennies and the other coins because pennies don't look like the other coins. Here are a quarter, a nickel, a dime, and a penny. What do you see that's different? Yes, the penny is definitely a different color, isn't it? And it's not as big as a quarter, and it's not as big as a nickel. It's almost the same size as a dime. If you find a penny at your house, feel the side of it like this. It's a very smooth feeling on the outside of the penny. The dime, when you feel it the same way, is bumpy. It's rough. And so you can definitely tell them apart that way. They also have different people on them, so the presidents on all the different coins are different. But the penny is definitely different from the others because it's a different color. When you look at your penny at home, take a look at the other features, because Abraham Lincoln is not the only thing on the front of the penny. There's also a date on the front of the penny, and that tells us when the penny was made. There's also lots of words on the penny. In fact, on the back, it tells us 1 cent. Tells us how much the penny is worth. So, have fun today. Find a penny or two at your house and count them, look at them. Can you find a penny that was made before you were born? Can you find a penny that was made after you were born? Have fun with pennies today. Have a good day.